today with Paula King, and she is a pharmacist at Walmart Pharmacy here locally, and she's going to tell us just a little bit about what she does every day, maybe some information and background on becoming a pharmacist, and just general info. So thank you, Paula, so much for being here today and talking with our students. We really appreciate it.
You're welcome. I'm glad to be here.
Good. So tell us exactly what you do and just describe a little bit about what a typical day looks like for you in the world of pharmacy.
Okay, well, in the world of pharmacy, I'm actually a doctor of pharmacy, and I got my degree from West Virginia University. And a typical day for me at Walmart, and everyone knows Walmart can be a little wild. And so, what we like to do as pharmacists, some days it's one or two, and depending on the store, you can have three pharmacists in a day. But we like to get to work 15 to 30 minutes early. And this is basically on our own time because we want to get there, load up all the automation, get everything set so that our day flows smoothly. Because if you're running in the door at the same time as the patients or our customers, it's going to be a really hectic day. So any advice that I can give for students when you're going into the workforce, get there early, okay? It makes a difference.
Mhm.
And so after we get all our automation going, we just start dealing with customers because most times they're there at 9 and we close at 7 right now during the pandemic. And so it's just a matter of handling prescriptions. And it's more than just counting, is what most people think. But we really do have to counsel patients on their medications, any possible side effects. And we do talk to everyone on any new medication. And so that's what we do. And also, we're vaccinating, we're reviewing medication profiles. And so it's a lot of things that we have to do on a daily basis, being a pharmacist.
Plus, you have to have a lot of knowledge of all the different types of medication and how they could react to something else a patient might be taking. So I'd say it's a lot of background knowledge too.
It absolutely is a lot of background knowledge.
Yes. So, what exactly led you to this career path?
Honestly, what led me to this career path of being a pharmacist is growing up. My grandmother was one of those women that believed in herbal medications. And honestly, we really didn't go to the doctor much. And so I saw how she would mix up different things and herbs to help us when we maybe had a cold or something. And so this just sparked my love of pharmacy. And so I was like, oh, well, I would like to do that. But once I got to pharmacy school, I realized that really it's more synthetic drugs instead of natural medicine. And so for any student that's interested in pharmacy, you can do that. And then there's also careers in naturopathic medicine as well. So I'm now learning how to do both. And so that's was one of the things that really led me to pharmacy. And then another thing is I know um, as a 16 to 18-year-old, I knew eventually that I would have a family. And so I was always stuck between being a pharmacist or a medical doctor, in which thankfully now we're able to get our doctorate in pharmacy, but we're able to work hours that's feasible to have families instead of being outside of the home 24 hours a day. And so
Right.
that actually influenced my decision as well.
I know that going through pharmacy school and everything, that is a huge commitment. Can you just describe to the students what, what the path would be that they would have to go through if they're interested in going to pharmacy school?
Okay, well, the pathway and it probably hasn't changed too much, but the pathway would be definitely making sure you get all your high-end math classes such as calculus, trigonometry. You will need that as a base to be able to go to college and get into pharmacy school. And I also had to have a lot of the sciences, so chemistry, physics. And I know lately they might have excluded that requirement of physics, but definitely math and science, a strong math and science background for sure. And definitely English because we had language arts and creative writing. So we had to make sure we had a strong background in those things as well. And still, also, you will need some business knowledge because now they're combining where you can get a master, a MBA, so a master's of business, as well as a pharmacy degree at the same time. because believe it or not, as we graduate and become pharmacists, a lot of times we're placed into the management roles and we wasn't
Right.
prepared for that. So now they're combining the curriculum to be able to help you navigate those waters when you do become a pharmacist. So I think that's the most exciting part about pharmacy now is that you can get business knowledge as well. So it's making us be very well rounded. So
Right.
definitely math, science, and by the time I finished with pharmacy, I felt like I had another degree in chemistry because there was a lot of chemistry classes. So definitely you would need to love chemistry. Because it's chemistry from high school until the time you graduate as a pharmacist.
But that's good to know. I mean, students need to know that, hey, if you don't like certain classes like that, you're probably not going to like going to school for that and having to
And
deal with
that's
that all the time.
reality.
Yes. I always knew I definitely did not want to do anything in the math science field. I was an English girl.
Well, we love our English teachers for sure. And it takes a
Uh,
lot to be an English teacher, so we thank you.
well, thank you. What do you think is the most challenging thing about your career?
Well, one of the most challenging things about my career is definitely dealing with the public. And so some pharmacists work in hospitals or nuclear pharmacy, and they don't really have to interact with customers. And I'm just being honest. And so if you don't feel like you're a people person, you might want to pick a different aspect or avenue of pharmacy. But for at Walmart, we have so many customers, and I do love our customers. And you get used to their personalities, but some people can't deal. They have a hard time dealing with the different personalities that you meet and interact with every day.
I think a lot of different careers that people that I've interviewed, that's one of their top answers is, a lot of times it's challenging to deal with the public. It's important to have those people skills and be able to deal with the public. So, especially at a Walmart environment, because we know it's always busy there, always busy. Um, what do you think would be something you would tell the students as a rewarding aspect about this line of work?
Well, it's definitely rewarding when you meet customers that may be taking their medication incorrectly, and then you discover, like, oh my gosh, or you find a drug interaction that you realize can save their lives. It's in many instances as pharmacists that we actually save lives when we realize that they're taking the wrong thing or they took too much of something and we have to step in and help them, or they're not managing their diabetes well and we have to help get them adjusted. So it's a lot of rewarding aspects like that. And now what's really rewarding is, for a long time, the professional pharmacy, we fought with our medical doctors about having the right to vaccinate patients. I mean, we fought for that for a long time. Well, most pharmacies have been doing this for about 10 years now. And fast forward to 2021 with this pandemic, they don't have enough people. Like, if we wasn't on the front line right now to be able to help vaccinate all the people that's wanting the COVID-19 shot, it just will be so many patients that wouldn't be able to get it. So now we feel proud as pharmacists to be part of this solution of being able to vaccinate millions of people. And so this is probably one of the most rewarding aspects that's going to happen in our career that we'll probably be acknowledged for.
Yeah, absolutely. That's awesome, and that's so important. That's really really cool. So, what would you tell students today? Give them some advice, whether it's just advice about life in general, or if they want to pursue this type of career. What would you tell them?
Okay, well, definitely I have a lot of life advice. And I've always, when I was a student, I really appreciated life advice. And so for you students, I would say definitely go to school or whatever it is that you want to do, pursue what you love. Don't go into pharmacy or any other profession if you think it's what your parents want you to do or your friends are doing it. At the end of the day, you have to go and do the work. And so you want to love it, because if not, you're going to hate it and then you're going to just keep trying to figure out what you want to do. And so I encourage anyone, if you want to go into pharmacy, yes, it provides a nice income, but don't just do it for money, because it gets hard when you're standing on your feet for anywhere from 8 to 12 hours a day. You really need to love it, because it can get really hard and challenging if you don't. But also, a life advice that I would give you all is to pursue not only education, but also gain or learn technical skills. And that's what I call recession proof or pandemic proof skills. And that's such things such as doing hair, nails, um, carpentry, anything that you can still make money outside of having specialized knowledge. Because now I'm finding I have friends that have specialized knowledge, but they're not able to make money outside of the careers that they've chosen. So definitely learn other skills on the side. If I can tell any advice, is get some technical skills as well.
Yes, and maybe a hobby that, could turn into something like a
Yes.
side job or something for, yeah.
So So my advice is to have more than one stream of income that you can get money from. So get as many as you can. And I wish someone had told me this at a career fair a long time ago, but I had to learn it through life to learn some other skills. So that's my advice for you all today.
I think that is excellent advice and very great information overall. We really thank you, Paula, for talking with our students and just all the hard work that you guys are doing, especially right now with the pandemic. We appreciate everything that you do. So thank you so much.
You're welcome, and you all have a wonderful day.
Thank you.